You know that feeling when you work really hard on a project only to find out it's been a complete waste of time? It's been one of those weeks.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let me bring you up to speed. I'm Tyler, this is my husband Todd, and welcome to our 10-acre, fully off-grid homestead in the middle of the forest. For the last 3 years, we've been working on a dream of building a shipping container home, taking on projects way outside of our comfort zone, from building driveways, installing underground plumbing and electrical, to building gardens to supply our own food. We've tackled it all, but we were only just getting started. From design to engineering, permitting, and finally fabrication, building our container home would take years of hard work. But being tired of cold and cramped living quarters in the RV, we needed a new home, and we needed it now.
I feel cheap.
Which sent us on the epic adventure of building a geodesic dome to call home, complete with all the modern amenities like a beautiful kitchen, heat and air conditioning, and even a few extra perks like a cedared wood-fired sauna and hot tub made life comfortable again. In last Sunday's episode, we got to work on some very important utilities for the container home, but unfortunately, we messed up. With winter officially on the front doorstep, this week we're fixing our mistakes to ensure we have reliable and a constant way of providing heat to our new home. We post new videos every Sunday, so if you end up enjoying this one, consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up, and come along.
I wanna run away with you. I don't really care where to. Just wanna be alone with you.
Good morning. So last night we got a massive rainstorm come through the area, and when Mel got to work this morning on trying to continue on with getting this pad ready for the tank, he was sinking even worse than yesterday. Like, just look at how wet it is in here all overnight. So what we're gonna do is there's an area up there where Tyler and Mel are standing that we're gonna put the pad instead, and we're still gonna have to trench through here, but it is just not possible. The tank weighs 1,500 pounds, plus the complexity we're realizing is down the road when this tank needs replaced in 10 years, because that is the lifespan of them, it will be almost impossible to get it in here once we have the front step on the house. So yeah, that is probably the biggest thing we've learned through this project, is how to quickly problem solve and keep moving. So that is what we're going to do. We've got a couple of small little trees we've got to take out of there, and then we're going to build a pad. Luckily, the propane guys are a little delayed today, so hopefully we can have this all ready by the time they get here. So let's get moving. If only all trees were that easy to take out.
Yeah, really.
I still want the soil if you guys have time.
Oh yeah.
So we'll probably do crushed dust, then this load, and then the soil beside it. Yeah. And then with the tractor, we can move it wherever we need. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's kind of cool, you guys, I have to say. It just always works out for the best. Like, I don't know, I'm feeling good about it now. Like, having it here, it's so tucked away and nice.
It's also way easier for replacement down the road because we're only gonna get older and these projects are gonna get harder. And it's also easier for the propane company to fill it when they come in.
Yeah,
Right?
it all works out.
Yeah, you done being stressed?
Probably not.
I'd rather be together than alone. You gotta get up and move. You gotta get up and move. From your feet to your hands, put your body to yours. Get up and move.
Yeah, I think if we smush it all out, it should be pretty level.
So we just finished the pad. It looks really, really good. We were actually all just saying it's better we did it this way.
Oh yeah, definitely better.
Yeah.
So the next step is Mel's gonna bring over some crusher dust, and then that way when they get here, they can level their stones that it sits on, like their cement block.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Tell you what though, that raking's hard on the arm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's pretty hard using the joystick too on the arms, isn't it?
The steering wheel's hardest.
Oh really?
You're sitting here going like that.
Couldn't do it without you, Mel. He's gonna start bringing loads of crusher dust and we're gonna keep raking, getting this done. So we're just finishing up the pad and look who just showed up. The propane installers are here, which is awesome. Hey, good, how are you? All right, so the propane installers are leveling the tank area. So while we've leveled it as best as we can, it needs to be really exact. So this massive 500-gallon tank right here. Cannot get over how big it is.
Like we said, this is 1,500 pounds, so we were expecting like all of us working together to lift it. They've got a friggin' lift on the truck. Like, we should have known the experts were gonna be able to do this.
I know.
It's pretty cool though.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool to see it go into place.
A lot of propane, a lot of barbecues. You going for Mom of the Year, bringing us coffee?
Yeah. Yeah, getting blowy.
It's going here now. We had a load of fill brought in and built a pad.
So 80 is full, so it leaves that 20% for expansion.
Does it, like in the summer, does it get hot?
So yeah, it's morely from the heat.
Mel is just gonna continue making this trench from the new propane tank over to the trench just so everything can link up and the guys can start running the lines to the tank. And yeah, we're getting close to heat, guys. It's a big day.
Just one sec. Ty was just saying we need to be careful because we're soon going to be hitting that conduit. It's pretty much underneath.
Jeez, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's very deep.
What, 3 feet or?
I think we went 3 feet here, so that means that we just stick to 2 feet.
What am I now?
More than 2 feet.
Oh, am I?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Because it's under this tire track.
It's all right, I can come up.
Right here.
Put a little
Yeah.
more in it, throw it back in there.
What a day.
Holy, what a couple of days. I need a vacation. Let's get the well pump out so this isn't in the way. Do you think? We're done with it now until the real one goes in.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Mm-hmm. Always.
All right, so the propane guy's just getting here. So what we need to do is start filling in the trench. Technically, we're supposed to be using sand, but Mel is in the tractor and he's got a load of crusher dust.
We're holding Mel up.
Yeah, so it's gonna do the trick. We really need to get this filled in so we can actually get across. Look how deep. Wild. We're always into something here. You guys good to go?
Yeah, we're good. I was just telling Mel to just dump it in and we'll spread it.
Cool.
I think we'll probably need 2 or 3 actually. It's a
Yeah.
good
Let's do it.
You got me shaking up and moving around. From the birches to the blacktop, we want it all, we want it all. From the faces to the last drop.
That's probably enough once you get this in.
Yeah.
Can I have that shovel for a sec?
Yeah.
No, we're good.
Almost like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We don't.
And then more crusher dust on top, right?
Yeah, so six inches, then the line, and then 6 inches.
Okay. Actually, for this year, I want to stop digging the yard up.
Yeah.
Like, I want to stop finishing things and then digging them up because I like it when they're finished.
Let's keep our Christmas wishes realistic.
Yeah. Like, I think this is the worst of the roof here.
Yeah, so many trees there. Perfect. You get through that little channel. Awesome. There, that should be good.
Yeah, good?
Yeah, perfect. Let's get down to 18 inches there for this.
Yeah.
So I don't even think we explained why we're putting another trench right here. So the main tank is right there, and this is the main line that runs all the way through the forest to the shipping container home. But right here is a little jut off for a whole home backup generator. So we're gonna have a generator right here that in the event that we lose power supply from our eventual battery bank that we're gonna install, it'll automatically kick in and then the batteries will recharge. Or if the whole system goes offline entirely, the generator will continue to provide power to the house.
Yeah, and it's just smart to have it here because this is our power building. So
yeah,
everything that creates electricity for the entire property happens inside of this container. So yeah, we're getting there though.
Getting there. It's a lot of moving parts, as I'm sure you can see.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a good plan.
There's
so.
definitely no guidebook on how to do this either, so we're figuring it out as we go.
Maybe we should write one day once we learn all this.
I'll add that to the to-do list.
Yeah, true.
I'll get right on that one.
Let's get our propane line in first.
Once I kind of get these set, I'll cap this. I'll go get my pressure test, and we can fill this portion here. And if it's good, I'll put it on the copper line, and then we can fill that all in.
Cool.
Cool.
So hopefully no one's gonna notice that I'm not up there working, because I took a few minutes to just come down to the dome. We made the decision with everything going on, there's open trenches and mud and equipment and just a lot of people working, it's best to leave the boys down here. So I'm here giving them a little bit of love, and I'm also giving my body some love, and that's thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Athletic Greens. AG1 is an all-in-one health formula jam-packed with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. This is not a meal supplement or a protein shake, rather it's replacing all those different vitamins and minerals and things that were clogging up our cupboard, like our B12s, our irons, all that stuff is all gone, and now we just have to take this one drink once a day and we're flooding our bodies with all that good stuff. We love the way that it helps with our immune response, our gut health has never felt any better. We are having the best sleeps, and let's be honest, the best part is the energy level that we have. It just keeps us going longer. We just feel healthy, energized, motivated. It's really, really good. If you want to find out more about AG1 and how they can help you on your health journey, make sure you use the link in our description box down below. By using that, they're going to give you 5 free travel packs as well as a 1-year supply of the vitamin D drops, which to my friends in the Northern Hemisphere, you really got to be taking some vitamin D this time of year when the sun is the shortest. So make sure you use that link in our description box down below. But for now, I'm going to keep giving this guy a little bit of love, and fingers crossed they won't notice that I'm not up there.
All right. So about an hour later, we have all of the trench filled. We've got the 6 inches of crusher dust on the bottom. We've got 2 of the propane lines and then another 6 inches on top. So what we need to do now before we can bury it is we need to pressure test the lines to ensure that, I mean, I'm not a propane expert, maybe he should explain it, but basically we need to make sure that the amount of flow going through the PSI of it is the correct amount. Maybe I am a propane installer.
So what we're doing here is I'm testing this with nitrogen. It's an inert gas, so it doesn't fluctuate in pressures due to temperature change. So turn this on, and then I'll regulate 15 PSI for an hour.
Oh, okay. So now it's like a closed.
Now we got a closed system.
So if it decreases, that means that the pressure, there's a leak.
Then we got a leak. We can get this portion right to their backfill.
Backfilled? Okay.
Yeah.
So we spent the rest of the afternoon filling in the trench over the driveway, but Alex made the call to let the pressure test run for 12 full hours. The pressure dropped a little bit. It's nothing to be concerned about, he said. It's just sometimes it happens, so we'll see tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Alex has been pretty amazing throughout this whole thing, so if he's not concerned, then I'm not going to be concerned either.
We'll get a good night's sleep, trust us. We're feeling exhausted. Like, it's a lot of physical work. Like, all the shoveling and the raking of the rock, it takes a toll.
It's pretty tiring digging up the same spot of the yard like 4 or 5 times, you know? Like, we gotta like stop ruining what we're creating, but
yeah, that book is gonna come in handy one day. All right, well, we're in for some puppy snuggles here tonight. Hey, buddy. Mm-hmm. Charlie's right there. I think we're gonna put on a Christmas movie. We've got the fire going. It's a complete bomb in here, but
Yeah, in case you're wondering what happened to the Christmas tree as well, we had to undecorate. I think we're up to like 3 feet up now because squirrel keeps attacking the ornaments. Squirrel, stop it!
Having cats and Christmas trees don't really pair up that nicely, but...
I thought she would have got it out of her system last year, her first Christmas. Like, of course, she'd be excited, and this year she'd be respectful, but no.
Anyway, we're just going to enjoy the rest of our night, and we'll see you in the morning. Well, it is safe to say winter has officially arrived to the land. Look at this snow. It's a good thing that propane, fingers crossed, will be completely up and running by the end of today. So we'll be able to have some reliable heat in the container house. That's the plan anyway. Oh, that stuff's actually called leak detector.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, so we can start whenever, really.
So the plan is, we're gonna bring the tractor around the container house and get started right here. So we've got this big trench open, so all the propane lines run through the woods from the big tank all the way to here, but the trench is frozen with ice, so we'll see how it goes, I guess. All right, so while Mel is making progress on filling in that trench, what we're gonna get started on, oh, it's really warm in here. We put the wood stove on, it's really nice temperature. But speaking of temperature, what we're gonna get started on is installing a propane direct vent furnace on this wall right here by the front door. So the goal for this is it's gonna allow heat to transfer through the whole space as an emergency backup. So obviously right now having the wood stove is really great. When we're here, we can put wood in to keep it warm. But when Todd and I are over at the Dome, it's 2 in the morning, say, we're not gonna run over here and try and keep the shipping container warm. It's just not practical. So this right here is a direct vent propane furnace. So that's gonna kick in at whatever temperature we set it. It uses very, very minimal amounts of propane, which is awesome. So I think what we're gonna do is probably set it around 5 degrees, just so when we're over here doing work in the winter, the container home isn't gonna be freezing, and then we can put some wood on the fire. So I think it's a pretty good plan until we get the solar fully up and running, we get the heat pumps installed. As we mentioned to you, we wanna be fully passive and running on the power of the sun, but this is an example of off-grid living, right? Like, we need to have backup systems, we need to have the practicality of ensuring that the home stays warm. So we're gonna get started on this and get going. Maybe 4 inches from there, something like that.
Yeah.
And if you're lonesome, I can be your friend. And if you're broken, I'll fix you up again. I wouldn't let you down. I'm gonna go all out for you.
All right, so we're making really great progress. We've got the propane lines downstairs. They're run through the wall of the container. So the cantilevered container on top runs this way, and then so the propane line goes in through the wall so you won't even see it. It pops underneath the container. That's Alex's idea, not mine, so I can't take credit for it. But we're gonna put another one of those heaters right here so this upper container stays warm. And then also we came up with the idea to put in a propane dryer. Apparently they're really efficient, so seems like a good idea. I could like feed it to you. Is that possible?
Yeah, that might be possible.
Do you want me to grab it while you're feeding?
Let's climb it back a bit.
Okay, I got it. The end of the closet is 11. Yeah. So we landed on a spot for the dryer.
I think it's a safe spot for it.
Yeah. Give or take a couple feet.
Decided to get to work on the gardens for spring. I figure since it's a nice day, anything that's left, or anything we get done is that much less we have to do in the spring, so.
Nice day. Snow on the ground.
It's a little cold, but we can still be gardening.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot we can do right now while we're waiting for the propane guys to finish running all the lines. So it looks really good.
Yeah, I left it wide enough that we can get the tractor in with the forks on to lift product in during construction. But then also we can just use the plow to remove the snow.
Yeah.
So we don't have to shovel our walkway.
Looks really good.
Every mile of my mind leads to you. It leads to you. Every mile on my path leads to you. It leads to you.
So we worked as hard as we could for as long as we could, but honestly, we just couldn't get it all done today. We made some good progress with like all the lines and stuff, but the heaters aren't hooked up. So we called it for the day. I mean, it's 4:30 and the sun is setting already, and like that's something that we find hard this time of year is just how short the days are. Not only does the sun set early, it rises late, and it just, I don't know. It kind of takes away a lot of that productive drive that we had. So I find what's really helpful is these like family times and walks and stuff for recharging the old battery.
This time of year is like, it's really hard from like a mental health perspective. It's dark when you wake up, it's dark when you go to bed, it's cold, but yeah, we can only get so much done. It's been 4 days of really, really hard work. Wow, look at Eddie's stick.
Wow, Eddie, that's a nice, that's so nice.
Oh, wow. And like, look at this beautiful view. Like this is the important thing to be able to take this time away. So
yeah, so we're just gonna enjoy this view, and we're gonna pick back up in the morning on hopefully getting some heat in the house, and we will see you next Sunday.
Have a wonderful week, guys.
Bye.
Got a stick for me, guys?
What about we, guys?